Welcome to r/advice, where a girl tries to help her sister through a tough breakup. I want to apologize in advance for those reading along. I'm an idiot and didn't screenshot 2 of these stories, so enjoy some stock footage of puppies while I read those ones. Our next post is by Anon Internet Stranger. How do I talk to my friends about their gaslighting? I had been talking about an upcoming game with 2 of my friends on Discord, and we were sharing our opinions on the things that the developers had published. I was criticizing a lot of the scummy business practices and decisions made by the development team, and I was unhappy with how those decisions were going to affect the game. That's when one of my friends said that I shouldn't have an opinion until the game comes out and I try it. To which I said, that's impossible to not have an opinion because I've already been exposed to the news, trailers, and updates regarding the game, so of course I already have an opinion about all of that. He said, it's just annoying and stupid, and how he had much more experience with the previous game titles and thought that people who just read stuff off Reddit and jumped on the hate train are annoying, implying that I was one of those people. So I just said I would stop talking and leave with my annoying opinions. I later got a private message from the other friend who had also been part of the conversation, but was more neutral. She said that if I wanted to talk about my reaction, she was free to listen. I expressed to her that I was upset that our mutual friend had attacked me personally just because he didn't agree with me, and never apologized for it, and that I'd rather not talk about it because I was still upset. We went back and forth, and she told me things like, he never said that. He didn't mean it like that. You're taking his words out of context. He wasn't talking about you, which made me even more upset. I asked her to try and understand the situation from my perspective, and she said she did understand. She just didn't agree with my comment about me leaving with my annoying opinions. She never said anything about the other friend's behavior, and it seemed like she thought I was in the wrong. I really want to talk to her about how awful it felt to hear her say those things to me, but she has a past of being gaslit, and I don't think she realized that she was gaslighting me in this situation. I am also afraid of conflict, which is why I exited the initial conversation as soon as it got heated, and I am scared that if I bring this up with her, she won't be receptive to what I have to say. So far, I've just been taking a lot of space and thinking this over, but I haven't been able to come up with a solution yet. I don't want to isolate myself from my friends forever, but just being around them gives me anxiety because the situation is still not resolved. Yeah, OP, I read some of the comments and I think this really is just a communication issue. I think if you let the friend know that that's how he made you feel and you ask him to apologize or, make yourself known, I think it'll just smooth itself over pretty naturally. As for the second friend that was gaslighting you, there's a few different ways you could approach that. I think letting her know that you felt that she was gaslighting you might not be a bad idea. She might take it the wrong way at first, but if she really comes at it with an open mind, she should just apologize. If you do want to avoid that situation and bringing up the gaslighting and the trauma response, then maybe you just kind of let it brush off your shoulder and you don't worry about it too much. Confrontation can be difficult, but I don't think you're in the wrong and I don't think they meant to hurt you. I think bringing it up is probably the only solution you guys really have. Our next Reddit story is by Deleted. Hi everyone. For context, my sister, 27, is in an interracial relationship. This is her first boyfriend and her first heartbreak. They were together for 17 months and recently broke up. I cried so much seeing her like this, especially near Christmas. I'm her older sister, and she's been diagnosed with depression due to several suicidal thoughts when she was 22. She's been healing, but this breakup is really taking a toll on her. She can't sleep, and when she does, she wakes up crying and trembling. This morning, I saw her crying in the fetal position. I couldn't resist but to hug her so tight and cry with her. The reason they broke up is due to financial strain and distance. They live so far from each other. The guy fell out of love. I don't know what to do. I've been crying in secret for her. If I could just take her pain away and own it, I would. Your thoughts would really help me out. Man, OP, I'm sorry your sister's going through this. She has a great sister in you, though. Times like this, it's important to give her time, let her grieve and process her feelings. If you still live at home with her, try keeping her active. Take her out to movies, take her to the mall, take her shopping. I don't know, whatever she likes to enjoy, just do that with her. That being said, though, since you did mention that she has been diagnosed with depression, I think seeking professional help might be a good course of action for her. Healing takes time, and it's okay to take things one day at a time. But please keep an eye on her. Make sure that she's okay. Our next post was posted by LuckyAd3438. Why do I become overly attached to things? Hi, to preface, I'm a 20-year-old female. I'm currently in the process of trying to understand myself more, and I've realized that I get super attached to things. Whether it's people, shows, books, music, anything I have interest in, I can't consume it like a normal person. I've got to know everything about it and fixate on it for months or even years sometimes. For example, right now, I'm super into K-pop, and it's like, why can't I just enjoy the music and watch a few videos and move on? It's like I'm unhealthily obsessed with a group. And when it comes to people, especially people that I really trust and can be myself around, I become really clingy and attached. And, just for context, in the past, whatever I was into, I was crazy about it. Whether that be a book I was reading or a fictional character, etc. I'd be super attached to it. I understand that the K-pop industry facilitates parasocial relationships, so it's not completely on me. But anyway, it kind of bums me out, because I feel like I'm not normal. And also, I'm like boring or annoying to those around me with my current obsession. I also should mention that I struggle with mental health issues. I'm not diagnosed, but I'm seeing a therapist for anxiety and low mood. So, in a way, it's probably a form of escapism for me? I'm not sure, to be honest. But if anyone can relate or has answers, I'd appreciate it a lot. I think obsession is kind of a negative word that you're using here. I think instead you should just say that you're passionate about these things. I mean, we like things, we're attracted to things. So if you're already attracted to something and you're also passionate about it, sure, those two feelings can come to you as obsession. But I don't know, I feel like obsession just is a very negative word, or at least people view it as a negative word. But no, you're just passionate about these things, and I see nothing wrong with that. Truthfully, I think more people should be more passionate or, as you said, obsessed with things that they like. Our next Reddit post is from Zydeco. Wife quitting teaching job in Massachusetts. My wife is in her 50s and has had her current job as a teacher for special ed students for 30 years. The working conditions are unbearable. The principal's a total B word. They keep on messing with the student population and curriculum every year, mostly by changing what exactly it is that she's teaching. Long story short, my wife, Dee, feels that her mental capacity has diminished. I think it's because she doesn't get enough sleep because she's addicted to her phone. She cannot break away. She gets up sometimes around 5 a.m., makes it to work by 7 because of the commute. She works until about 5 and gets home around 6. So this means, to get 8 hours of sleep, she needs to go to bed by 9 p.m. With 3 little kids, that's not realistic. The 3 hours are spent with us cooking, cleaning, attending to bills, laundry, checking each kid's homework, mow lawn, water plants, dealing with emotional ADHD stuff that the kids might want to talk about, etc. We're effing busy. She says that after the kids go to bed, she wants to watch TV or surf on her phone. I get it. I don't begrudge her for that. So Dee is now considering what to do next. She'll basically lose her pension because Massachusetts' educational system are a bunch of money-stealing shysters. She earned that money. She should be able to keep it. At least a portion of the money that she's put into her pension over the last 30 years. Just prorate it out. I don't know what can be done about it. Does anyone have reasonable advice? Dee says that there's no way she can bear another 15 years with this administration. And I support her on this. It's really terrible the stuff that they do to her year after year. She can't teach in another city because they won't pay her what they're paying her now. It would be maybe a 40, 50K drop in pay. She figures she should find something she enjoys doing instead and get a pay cut. It'll be tough, but we can manage it, I think. What are your thoughts about this situation? First of all, OP, I think it's kind of weird that you mention your wife's phone addiction. I mean, if she has that rough of a time at work, that long of a commute to and from, she needs some time to herself. On top of that, she's taking care of kids. Like you said, she gets up at 5 and she doesn't get home from work around 6. That's 13 hours that she has dedicated to this awful job that she hates. Over half of her life she's spending at a job that she hates. You even said that she's only got 3 hours in the day, and then you list 9 things that she has to do in those 3 hours. OP, it sounds like your wife has no time for herself, probably no time for you, hardly any time for the kids. She hates her job. She needs to leave. I know it's probably going to be a bit of a financial burden, but some things are more important than money, and your wife's mental health is one of those things. That's all for today. Thanks for listening. If you like this content, I'd appreciate if you subscribe to the channel, gave this video a like, and comment down below if there's anything else you want to hear.